What's up, guys? Coming at you with another video today. This time I will be talking about if I believe that Jordan Love is worth the first round risk. So, we've seen a lot of talk about him. We've seen a lot of talk about Jordan Love, how he has some tremendous upside. He's even been compared, he's drawn comparisons from some scouts to Patrick Mahomes, and that's bold. That's very bold. And when you put that label and that tag on somebody, you have some high expectations, obviously, because look at Pat Mahomes. And I don't know if it's worth it because as much as you see those comparisons, you also see some scouts saying he might go 30th overall. I have seen some where he might be a day two, a day three prospect, and I've even seen an article where they said he might go. Well, he won't go undrafted, but they believe that his talent warrants him going undrafted, which I think is a little extreme. But I mean, those people cover football for a living, and that was their expert analysis. So let's take that into account. Um, I think that Jordan Love is talented. I think he has a lot of upside, but he's green, he's raw, and he's unproven. Utah State, not exactly the first college you think of when you think of some of the most elite in the country. And if you see, he's very sporadic with the ball if you watch some of his tape. A lot of the reasons he got compared to Pat Mahomes is because of his arm strength and because of his ability to make all these weird and tough throws. But Patrick Mahomes has a more type of backyard style of football, if that makes sense. It's very hard to dissect and very hard to identify like how they're different. But Patrick Mahomes, he's more accurate and he's more calculated and precise and knows when it's appropriate to throw really the type of deep ball or like the halfway across the field type of ball. He knows he has the talent, but he knows he shouldn't do it all the time. Jordan Love is very sporadic with the football. He's very Jameis Winston like. His mechanics don't really have a lot of polishing. Now, to be fair, neither did Mahomes. He needed Andy Reid to coach him up well, but his mechanics don't really have a lot of polishing. And honestly, like I believe he led his league in interceptions, which is crazy. Now, the last time in college, a first round quarterback was drafted where they led their league in interceptions. It was Dan Marino. Let's keep that in mind. And the all time leader in interceptions, Brett Favre, actually has similarities to Patrick Mahomes. Well, Pat Mahomes has similarities to him. But in terms of the backyard, drawing the play in the dirt with your finger, getting the troops around you, just making something out of nothing type of style. Patrick Mahomes is actually Brett Favre minus the mistakes, if that makes sense. Um, but back to Jordan Love. There were a lot of comparisons, not comparisons. Sorry, there were a lot of people saying he can go to the Raiders. There were a lot of people saying he'd go to the New England Patriots. Maybe there are some people who even say that the Chargers or the Dolphins might upset everybody and shock the draft world by taking him over Herbert or my TV just shut off or Herbert or Tua, which I believe will be a huge mistake, huge mistake. And not only that, you have to keep in mind that Patrick Mahomes needed a year. Like I said, he needed a year under Andy Reid and he needed to grow and he needed to develop, get mechanics, be polished. Jordan Love might need more than that. He needs to sit out an entire year. He needs to not even touch the field, minus preseason, of course. He needs to not touch the field. He needs to maybe not even sniff the field. He needs to hold the clipboard for whoever team he gets drafted to. Because if you throw him out into the spotlight and expect him to be a day one starter, I'm sorry, but he's going to be a bust. He needs to be carefully developed, carefully trained, because if you mess up, if any of those scouts messed up with him, it's a no go. It ain't happening. Now personally, I think a good landing spot for him would be the Green Bay Packers at pick 30, which some people are actually predicting, because it'll be sort of like it'll be everything coming full circle because Aaron Rodgers had to wait until Favre was done, and Favre still had a couple of years left in him, and Love will have to wait until Rodgers is done, and Rodgers still has some years left in him as well. Good years too, keep in mind. Um, I think the Green Bay Packers would be the best spot for Jordan Love because, first of all, you learn behind Aaron Rodgers. You can't find too many in history who's better than Aaron Rodgers. And Matt LaFleur has a very, very good style of offense. He realizes that Aaron Rodgers is getting older, getting up there in age, so he uses the running game. He uses the running game to his advantage. Aaron Jones and Williams, very, very good running backs. And the offensive line is improved and the defense is good. So, say if Aaron Rodgers retires or somehow requests a trade, and Jordan Love gets some development, he can hand the ball off right to his running backs, and he can use the run game and the defense to his advantage, just like Rodgers did. But instead of keeping in and like holding him back and letting him unleash for the big moments, you can just let him when he feels good and when he feels right. You can let him unleash his upside. Or say if Rodgers just stays on the team, he can develop for as long as he needs, and he can just spread his wings and fly when he's ready and when Aaron Rodgers decides to go. Um, the Raiders, I think John Gruden is a good quarterback coach. He's a good quarterback guru. The Patriots, obviously, they have their own way of developing things like prospects and developing their own little like system. They have everything their own way, and it makes sense. I do see it, but at the same time, I don't see Josh McDaniels with someone like that. So yeah, in my personal opinion, Jordan Love's best case scenario should be going to number 30 to the Green Bay Packers, or obviously if they trade up. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Um, I'll probably be posting a draft reaction video tomorrow. I'm hyped. I don't know about you guys, but hey, see you guys later.